Let's now quickly revise Accounting Standard 17 segment reporting, which is chapter 4, unit 3 of your syllabus of advanced accounting. An entity will prepare financial statements for entire business of all the segments together as a whole. But in order to understand which segment is doing good, you need to prepare financial statements for each segment. So what is segment? It's a part, it's a portion, it's a small portion of the business. So this segment can be divided based on the product or service, or it can be divided based on the geographical location. If a restaurant business wants to segregate its revenue from idli, from vade, from dosa, from coffee, from tea, is business segment based on each product they bifurcate. If they want to identify the business from each geographical location, branch in Bangalore, branch in Chennai, branch in Hyderabad, that is geographical segment. So business segment is distinguishable component engaged in providing individual or group product or service. What is geographical segment? Distinguishable component, product or service. But the main focus area is economic environment in which they are giving the product or service. That is business segment and geographical segment. Not all the business segments and geographical segments are reportable. You need to show revenue, expense, income, profit or loss, asset, liability, asset purchased during the year for only reportable segments separately. Now, when does a segment become reportable segment? See, it's firstly company's choice as to whether to divide the entity based on product or service or based on geographical location. If I believe idli and dosa are two distinguishable products and that is the basis, I will do business segment. If I say idli, dosa both are made out of same batters, one you put it on pan, one you put it inside one hole and then keep it and then on the oven. So basically there is no difference. It does not matter what you sell, it matters where you sell. Whether you're selling it in Indranagar or you're selling it in Baswangudi. So what will I do? I'll divide it based on geographical location. It is management's choice. Once you divide the business or the entire entity into business or geographical segment, should you report it separately or should you not report it separately? Depends upon these four conditions. TRAM. What are the four conditions? TRAM. T, turnover. R, result. A, asset. M, management discretion. Turnover. What do you mean by turnover? Turnover means sales. Turnover means revenue. This revenue will include both internal revenue as well as external revenue. So internal revenue meaning goods sold by one segment to another segment within the entity. External revenue means goods sold by one entity to another entity. This internal external together we will take for that segment divided by total revenue from all the segments together. When you do this, if that comes to 10% or more, then that segment is reportable segment. Next is asset based condition. Sorry, result based condition. You see R. R for result. Result is profit, result is loss. How do you find result? Income minus expense. Revenue minus expense is equal to profit or loss. First, what should you do? Total segments profits are there. No, segregate them into profit making segments, loss making segments. At first, you need to categorize them into profit making segments, loss making segments. Then take the total of all the profits, total of all the loss. Take whichever is higher as base, meaning denominator in absolute terms. Ignore the negative symbol, positive symbol. That will be denominator. Take the respective segment's profit or respective segment's loss in absolute terms. Ignore the symbol. Then you find the percentage. If that resulting percentage is 10% or more, then it is reportable segment. If it is less than 10%, it is not a reportable segment. Similar rule has to be applied for assets. TRA. Asset. Asset which asset? Fixed asset, current asset. Both are included. Fixed assets plus current assets. We'll have total assets. Take the total assets in the denominator of total segment assets. Respective segments fixed and current assets in the numerator. To identify the percentage. If it is 10% or more. If it is 10% or more, then it is reportable segment. If it is less than 10%, not a reportable segment. Understood turnover? Understood result? Understood asset? Last one, management discretion. What is management discretion? Management, by its discretion, can pick any segment as reportable segment. Management by its discretion, can pick any segment as reportable segment, even though it doesn't fulfill that 10% criteria. Let's say some segment is 5% of the total revenue, 5% of total assets, or 4% of total risk. Still, management believes it might be small today, but one fine day this segment will become big segment. So they can start making it reportable from now on. I hope you all understood. After you do this TRAM based criteria and identification of a segment, we need to check. We need to check if the total external revenue from the reportable segment is it coming to 75% of the total external revenue. Meaning, let's say A, B, C, D, E, five segments are there. Geographical or business, I don't care. Two of them are reportable segments based on turnover, result, or asset, some condition. Now, these two segments external revenue you'll take and total all the five segments external revenue in the denominator. These two segments external revenue in the numerator, 25 percentage. If it comes to 75 or more, good. What if it is less than 75? These two are reportable. Among these three, which are not reportable based on turnover, result, asset, we might have to identify one of them or more than one of them as a reportable segment, such that total external revenue from the reportable segments divided by total all segments external revenue comes to minimum 75%. Are you getting it? This is that external revenue based condition. Then there is one more. It says that if a segment is reportable in previous year because of turnover, result, or asset being 10% or more. I repeat, if a segment is reportable in previous year because of turnover, result, or asset being 10% or more, it is reportable in current year also. It is reportable in current year also. So it doesn't fulfill 10% criteria. Why is it? Continuity principle. However, year 1 turnover, result, or asset is more than 10. Year 2 not more than 10. Year 1 reportable based on TRA condition. Year 2 reportable based on continuity principle. Year 3 it has to fulfill turnover, result, or asset criteria to be reportable. If it doesn't fulfill in year 3, it is not reportable. I hope everyone understood. Then comes single segment reporting. Applying turnover, result, asset, external revenue condition, continuity principle, everything. Only one segment is reported. If only one segment is reportable, why to do segment reporting? Scrap it. That entity means that segment. That's it. Ignore. So to do segment reporting, you need minimum two segments. To do segment reporting, you need minimum. If two segments are not there, don't do segment reporting. Leave it, leave it, leave it. Close the game. Shall I go further? Next, what and all is included in segment revenue? Segment revenue will include directly attributable revenue. Now, let's say I'm dividing my business based on geographical location. Sales made in Jainagar restaurant is Jainagar sales. What if sales are made in one catering place? In that catering, whatever we did, in some location, some staff from Jainagar came, some staff from Basveshwar came, some staff from Rajajinagar came. Then what? In that, I can allocate little to all the segments. Or idli sold will be idli segment. Dosa sold will be dosa segment. Mini tiffin sold, that mini tiffin revenue can be allocated to little to idli and little to dosa. That will be directly attributable is directly sold and allocable also is included. Inter-segment revenue. Idli segment sold idli batter to dosa segment. That is internal sales. That is also included. What items are excluded? If there is any extraordinary item, if there is any interest, dividend, profit on sale of assets or investments, all these are not included in your segment revenue. I'm talking about expense. What is included? Same. Direct expense is included. Allocated expense is included. What is excluded? Extraordinary items, interest, dividend, loss on sale, income tax are all excluded. Even when we talk about assets and liabilities, operating assets of that segment are considered. If there is any asset which can be allocated to each segment, the allocated asset is also considered. What is not considered is tax assets, provision for tax, deferred tax asset, deferred tax liability. These are not to be considered, ignored. And when you have income, when you have expense, income minus expense will get profit. Sometimes they'll give profit directly in the question. If they don't give, you find the profit. And whatever we do know that segment identification based on geographical location or based on business, that is our primary segment. For primary segment, you need to disclose how much is the revenue from that segment, how much is the result from that segment. Result meaning profit or loss. How much assets are there in that segment? How much liabilities are there in that segment? For that segment, during the current reporting period, if you buy any asset, should tell which asset did you buy, at what price did you buy. On that asset, how much is the depreciation? If there is intangible asset, how much is amortization? If there is any expense incurred which is non-cash, you should disclose. So many disclosures are required for primary reporting set. Now you are doing segment based on, let's say, product and service. That is primary. Do little bit of geographical segment also. Though it's not your first choice, do little bit of geographical location disclosure. That will be secondary segment. What will that be? Secondary, when you do that, you should disclose only basic things. Revenue, asset, how many assets did you acquire during the year? First, revenue, asset, and what assets did you buy during the year for the segment. This is secondary disclosure. If your primary disclosure is geographical segment, secondary is business. If your primary disclosure is business segment, secondary will be geographical. I hope you got it. If there is any other disclosures required by any other accounting standards, like accounting standard 5, extraordinary item, change in prior period item, change in estimate, also you disclose the same. And this comes to be a quick revision of our accounting standard 17 segment reporting.